Yeah, so today, 25th of June, we're having AMA session from New Foundation for participants or jury members of the Zero Knowledge Proof contests. So please, guys.
Okay, maybe a little bit of introduction is required, I think. It's like as we are like stated in the content description, well, and as you noticed in the content description, the actions of the jurors, we expect the actions of the jurors to be different from the actions of participants only by like not only by not writing the code, right? Yeah. Uh, um, what do jurors receive from participants? They receive, first of all, CPP implementation of, or whatever. It's actually not like, it can be done not in CPP, but like in whatever library you're comfortable with. But it's just, we provide the library mostly ready to use, like done in CPP. So it's probably going to be in CPP. Yeah, the CPP implementation of a circuit, which is probably going to be embedded into some fork of following repository in the following file. I mean, probably in case, no, I don't know, did it manage to like factor out this out of the main function? So maybe you did it already. Okay, it doesn't sound like that.
So you sent a link. You sent a link to the chat. With
Yep, that's right. The CPP circuit definition. It's like iterating over the points of like instructions for jurors, like explaining in particular what to expect and where to expect and what to look for. And so yeah, that's the first thing you'll probably receive from the participant. In particular, the circuit gets defined on the blueprint. Let me take a look where it can be here. Oh yeah, like this one. You know, do we have an example? So do we have an example with a blueprint somewhere? Or we've had it somewhere.
Examples of blueprint what?
Examples with blueprint usage. Ah, I see. It's
yeah, I'm sorry, Mikhail.
Yep.
When you are saying some words, when you are quiet, the noise is absent. When you are starting to say something, your noise from your microphone is increasing.
Sorry. It's like,
so do you have some settings maybe?
Yep, let me try to. Like that should be better.
No. Oh, say it again.
That's.
It was one moment.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let me try to do something with it. Once again.
So you have some noise in the background, like, and the
yeah,
more.
Do you want to know what it is? It's a notebook fan, really.
What is it?
Notebook fan.
Notebook fan.
Yeah, nothing really special. Okay, it has to get better, I think, in several moments. It will get better.
The strange is that the lower you speaks, the higher your voice, the higher the noise.
Ah, okay, yeah, I got it. Then I gotta speak a little bit. Wider.
It's kind of noise system in opposite.
Okay, let's do it like that. That's gonna be better, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So the circuit definition. Circuit definition comes will come defined on a blueprint, like here, for example. I mean, what I've sent, the last thing I've sent is like is the usual usage of like hash component on top of blueprint. So that's probably how the solution is going to come. I mean, how the circuit definition is going to come over. As far as I remember, it's like Camel Pro guys. I've seen the mail of yours. It's like I've not ignored it. I received it. I took a look at what you're asking, and actually that's why this session is being handled. So it's like you're free to ask questions, just because, well, answering questions in private makes no sense for other participants. So we're gonna like do it in here. Yeah. So circuit definition comes like this. What is formal verification guys present in here are probably like familiar with the concept of a formal definition of a circuit. I mean, like a formal definition of like a formal definition of an algorithm with manually set gates and with manually set with manual set gates. All right, yeah. Let's go to this. We got any questions on that? It's like I don't wanna hop over.
Mikhail, I think it's hard to understand what you say, because again, the background noise when you say is very
sorry.
significant. Yeah. Do you need screen share, by the way? Oh, that's Thomas asked as well.
Yeah, sure. Let's make it. Let's make it that way. Share the screen. Here it is. Yep. So, yeah. I'm iterating over these ones. I'm iterating over these points. Well, it's like we've just finished iterating over the first one, so maybe you have some like questions or like something you want me to repeat because of, well, the background noise gonna be better.
Yes. So did I understand correctly? You just explain what participants should use for to make this first point, right?
It's not about what participants should use. It's about what jurors have to expect from participants. It's how most probably it's going to be made. Yeah.
So jury, could you repeat then what jury should expect from the participants regarding this first point?
Okay. First of all, the jurors are going to expect from the participant a submission, which will be probably done as a fork of this repository. Probably, well, and so when we're talking about like what in particular they'll find in there a ZKP definition of a circuit. I mean, you see, it's like every solution jurors have to expect is split into parts: in TVM part and out of TVM part. In TVM part is something which will probably contain, I don't know, only call to the verification instruction and maybe some proof preprocessing before. I don't know, like it's up to participant actually. The out of TVM part is about the definition of circuit, which will probably be done in ZKP, which is, well, going to be expressed in the fork of this repository probably. So it's like, and the particular definition of a circuit, well, you you will see like this one. You'll see like a blueprint definition somewhere. The blueprint definition is actually like a formal verification. Guys are familiar with this concept. Like it's literally a set of gates, you know, put on some. It's like a circuit gates. All right, it's like I'm pretty familiar with that. So you'll find the blueprint and the thing which defines, and all the lines which define the blueprint via components or via whatever. For example, like here, right? It's like there's a blueprint and there are some various components defining over it. It's like, for example, here's it's like hash component usage. That's an example. Well, that's going to be an out of the VM part. That's going to be a part which generates the actual proof, which participants well are expected to submit into the cluster, into the verification instruction. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe questions.
Yeah. Now it's more clear about this first point. Got it.
Okay, now we're talking about now let's talk about like if the participant wants to be, I don't know, like very original, or the participant is familiar with some other circuit definition library, like which might be better or more comfortable, or he's more used to that. We do not limit participants on that. We are ready to accept, like, well, it's not we, I mean the jury, but anyway, right? The jury, I think, the contest defines that the participants are not limited in terms of that, and the circuit can be accepted in some formal definition. I mean, in some other DSL or in some other format. Like it can be a definition of a circuit like it's done, I don't know, in Bellman library, in Lipsnark, in Zucrate's DSL, or like even, I don't know, Circom, SnarkGS, like whatever you're comfortable in. Is just only about it's just only about the if you're able to like serialize the proof in the proper format to submit it into the cluster verification instruction. That's, well, no limits on the DSL usage actually. Okay, this I bet is clear now as well. Let's come to the INT-VM part, the second part of a submission. Second part of submission of participant will probably be some virtualized code, right? Code for the TVM. It's probably going to be like, I don't know, a solidity code, most probably. And, well, yeah, the proof is hard-coded in here, but, well, okay. Anyway, this is going to be probably a solidity code, which will involve usage of this extension. You got to be careful with it. I mean, it's not like careful, but I mean, the data preparation for that is not very trivial. Just because it's going to be it's going to be put. We're going to put the data preparation for this instruction. It accepts the bytes array, which is, well, all right. As we figure out, it's not very friendly. It's not very user-friendly, so we're going to put the data preparation procedure for it into the SDK, or probably we'll make it a standard function in some compiler, at least in ZKP compiler. We will do that, obviously. In Solidity, well, we will make a library out of it, I think.
I just want to note that the construct cell, like I told to Nikita, is totally redundant, and you added support for bytes in the compiler, so there is really no need for that.
Oh.
You just push the bytes. You can just do tvm.vargrowth and just put in there that blob.
Well, yeah, You're right. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for the update. I completely forgot about it. Well, it's just I've noticed I've noticed you mentioned in the chat that it's not like very user-friendly type, so so that's what I thought it's still required or could be used as an option. But all right.
Okay.
Thanks. So okay, as no mentioned, you can use bytes overload of this extension in case you want to use like a cell version. Okay, you can construct a cell out of it, but it's not necessary anymore. But that's what you probably will see in the participant submission. I mean, this is regarding jurors. This part is like expected. This part was what is that?
Nigga. I'm 100% nigga.
What's that?
That's not. Yeah, I think it's Mike.
You know.
One minute. Hello. Who is this guy who made this stuff? Let me. Okay, I will remove last couple of person who entered last 5 minutes. So sorry if I will remove somebody good. But remove. Okay, I removed 3 persons from the meeting who entered last 5 minutes, and hello. Hello. Can you hear me, guys? Микрофоны забанил. Сейчас, так. Hello, participants. Share screen. Chat. Unmute themselves.
Yes, now we can talk. Thank you.
Что за сбор?
База чата стилов.
Это что за сбор?
What?
What should I do?
The chat is still off.
Chat?
Chat.
It's not off. It's not off.
Yeah, it's on now, right?
It was. Now it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Здорово, бандиты.
What's that about? Who's doing that?
Actually, it's a link to the meeting was published to the many chats. So I have a meeting room, and when people enter.
Alex Novikov, another Alex Novikov. It's yeah, blue one. So please remove the guy.
Actually, we have.
Actually, you see two duplicates, so you can remove. I guess those are two.
Что там много не разговаривай, пожалуйста.
Okay. So just remove Alex Novikov, blue and pink.
Man, be quiet, please.
And another one, and pink one. Okay, now we can continue. I don't think that anyone meaningful will join, so just stop accepting new people coming. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. All right. Let's go further. So, all right. That's about the virtualized part. That's about what you expect from the participants, like in terms of virtualized part. Let's chat something. Yeah, sure. It's like there's a question in the chat, so I'll answer to that. Yeah, well, looks like there's a need to maybe re-explain something. Okay, what do you mean about the SDK? You mean about the how circuit definition is done, or it's like maybe you could just tell it. I mean, not just write in chat. Okay.
I'm trying to speak, but I'm not able.
Maybe in that case, it will be better to talk in chat because you will be more clear.
Can you hear me?
It's like the microphone of yours is not the best one.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Ah, great. So, well, okay, the first question was because you said something about that the var growth 16 instruction is complicated and there's something to see in the SDK. I didn't understand that part.
No, I didn't mean it's complicated, or like it's like whatever. It's like I've been talking about its usage, and about the data format it accepts as an input. And well, right now these complications of a data format, which were present some time ago, well,
okay, but
they're not required anymore, so it should be okay.
Okay, which brings me to my second and I guess main question is it possible to build a proof containing inputs from the smart contract, or does the computation have to be self-contained entirely?
To build a proof containing inputs, well,
no, with the parameters, I mean, let's say the problem I'm trying to solve depends on some parameters that are entered in the smart contract.
Yeah, I got what you're talking about. There is okay, let's say what you're talking about is about the proof generation inside the virtualized application. It's not about like generating the proof outside of the DVM, but you can solve the same problem. You can solve this problem with I don't know, with probably publishing these params to this separate virtualized like logic application somewhere, all right, and then require them to be, and then require a proof of a proof with those params used inside in, like, I don't know, maybe in a separate function virtualized. That's, I mean, it should be a multi-step thing. Yeah, so it's like the direct approach to what you're asking about is to like generate proof inside the TVM, which is not supported. It's not supported, I mean, not only in TVM, it's not supported like at all right now in any of the cluster. I mean, it's not supported in Ethereum or like whatever. Just
no,
because,
sure.
yeah.
Maybe, okay, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Just because it's too heavy. We can only allow ourselves right now to like verify the proof. And
sure,
this is,
sure.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, but let's say my problem is, let's say the thing I want to verify is that I want some x such that x squared equals some parameter that's in the smart contract.
There is primary input. You know, every circuit has primary input.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but can you translate the primary input, that is a value in the smart contract, into a byte, a part of the byte array that you give to the instruction of verification?
My experience is that yes, but I didn't really dive into the code. Basically, you just try to serialize some, you know, take, for example, the number 5 and cast it into that field type and try to serialize it. You'll see that it seems to be some kind of little Indian encoding. The bytes are in little Indian and the bits are in big Indian. Okay. So it's really simple encoding. It's really simple to to implement it, but you have to make sure that you're not encoding a number too big, because you know you can't have it. It can't be 252 to the power of 255 minus 1, because there is that modulo.
Sure. So
if it's not too big, yeah, it's possible. I wrote some code for that. I can send it.
Yeah, I would be really happy with an example in Solidity, because it's just to help instead of reverse engineering the encoding by ourselves.
I think it would be quite useful for contestants too.
Yeah. Continue, please. Sorry. Okay, looks like this serialization formula has to be like, I mean, standardized or explicitly mentioned somewhere. Just a little bit of clarification. The primary input thing is about the parameterization of verification. I mean, it's not about the parameterization of a proof generation. The proof generation, parameters has to be like set. I don't know. I don't like this word, but off-chain, right? They gotta be set somewhere on the client side, and then the proof should be submitted with them. This, the primary input, which was now discussed, is about the parameterization of a verification instruction. Yeah. So, let's move on, I guess. The next thing, which the drawer is about to face. No, please, if you do have one, could you please, like, I don't know, publish it somewhere, or we can just like accept it as a pull request to like the contest repository, so no one no one.
What, an example that includes a calculation of the primary input and sticking it with the proof and the verification key to one blob and using it in the Vergra?
Yeah, I just realized I asked for too much.
I can do that. I thought it could be my, my secret, and then I'd be the only participant. But yeah, sure.
No. If we can't force you to do that, all right?
No, I'm kidding. Of course I'll do.
We can't force to do that. It's totally up to you. It's like, please, jurors, take this into consideration when you judge submissions. It's like we've just I don't know, pulled out kind of a secret technique out of one of participants. It has to be noticed, please. Okay, let's move on to probably the next thing. After the jurors accept the submission from the participant, which, well, as I said, like it contains the part, out of TVM part, an in-TVM part, a circuit definition in CPP probably, or in some form of DSL, it is required to, I don't know, like verify that, right? Since, as I said, the actual sequence of actions of a juror differs from the one of a participant, like only by not writing the code. Initially, it was supposed. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do? First of all, you gotta deploy that to the test cluster. Well, it is not very stable right now, but lately it's becoming more and more stable, and it should be okay. The test cluster can usually be accessed at in here. It's literally an explorer of it, and the address of it is.
I sent it to the chat.
Yeah. This one. I've been looking for this. Thanks. So what should you do, to deploy and to correctly verify the submission? Well, first of all, there is a need to get it is supposed for the participant to submit its key pair. Well, his key pair for his solution. I mean, it's not as the further discussion revealed, it might be not very secure solution, right? But we've been expecting some. The potential fraud on this solution is so easy to be detected, so it's like we've not expected someone will take a chance on it. All right, well, so now it contains 2 points. You gotta get the participant's key pair, the proving key and the verification key, and to generate some proof with the participant's code, and then to submit it to the in-TVM part of a participant solution on a test cluster, and get an output that the proof generated is valid, right? That the verification is successful. That's with the participant's key pair. In case it's like you're suspecting the participant of something, or you want to be absolutely sure about the participant behaving himself honestly, is honest about the participant being honest, it is expected for you to generate the key pair yourself, and it's using participant code. You mean to deploy the in-TVM part of a participant solution to the test cluster, and so it's the chat here. Yeah, to deploy that, to deploy the in-TVM part of a participant solution to the test cluster yourself, and to generate the key pair, and to generate proof, to serialize it, and to submit it into the verification instruction. the serialization, proof serialization is embedded into this utility as well. Well, the format of it will probably be published. Well, if not, okay, no problem. Yeah, some kind of we gotta put this under the program options. I don't know why it's present in here, but not. Okay, anyway, you'll get your verification key byte blob, you'll get your primary input byte blob, you'll get your proof byte blob. The proof byte blob output of this CLI utility is actually which you are expected to put into the verification instruction. So yeah, these are like two parts on how to verify the participant's submission with his key pair and with own key pair to make sure the participant is honest.
I just want to add, in real world cases, you don't really allow any caller of the smart contract to send his own verification key.
Sure,
Just do it.
sure, sure, but that's just, you know, that's just the contest. Surely when it when it will come to anonymous transactions contests or other like ZK protocols kind of contests, don't publish like any keys. I mean, probably at all. It will not be required. So yeah, something like that. And after that, in case such a two-step verification is successful, the participant submission can be considered valid. That's how you do it. Questions? I don't know.
One more note, proving key, just I would like to remember that, to remind you that proving key deserialization is not yet implemented, so just a reminder.
It's gonna be done. We'll do it. It's just a serialization. Okay, we'll do that.
Sure.
Well, I'm actually. I don't know what about. I don't know what about call participants. I'm actually quite surprised not to see the two more person in here, but well, I don't know. Pash, maybe Peter wanted to, or Peter has changed his mind.
I think, yeah. He later he said that he was able to compile everything. So hope that he's doing well.
I was worrying about him. It's like I don't want him to change his mind. I still want him to participate.
Yeah, and we'll send him this record.
Okay. So, questions? Maybe some further demonstrations required or something like that. Or we can, I don't know, we can let in those jokers just for those.
If we're talking about chokers, then can we make a proposal for giving me spatial reward, because I pretty much fixed. There were some things to fix in the library, in the all those things. It wasn't quite ready. I felt like how you called it, a debugging contest.
Yeah. Agreed. That's actually can be put as an amendment or something like that. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Sure. Yeah, we should vote it in DevX because it is in that subgroup initiated.
Yep. Okay. Let's prepare that one.
Okay.
really, no questions. Oh, one moment. Here's something. No. We're not talking about extending the contest deadline. Well, is it really quiet? I mean, it's huge. It's already extended. By the way, I think it's not. But if you want it, we're not talking about extending the contest deadline. We were talking about like maybe increasing rewards or something like that, or giving some rewards to particular participants just because they made a significant, just because they made a significant improvement of the infrastructure of this. That's what I've been talking about. Yeah. Well, really, no questions.
I guess people need to think more about it. So you'll get it in the chat later on.
Oh, great.
It was very clear. Yeah.
Great. It was very.
Also...
Finally, it was very clear for someone.
I hope for everyone. Well, okay. If there are really no questions, then let's wrap up.
Yeah. 3,
Yeah.
1, 0. No questions.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you guys for.
Thank you all. Yes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Pasha. Pasha.
Bye.